Thank you for watching this Last Mile Profits video. Lockers and banks. Is it a marriage made in heaven? Keep watching to find out more. Last Mile Profits is brought to you by Parcel Pending by Quadient. Gary, what could BNP Paribas have to do with parcels? What do you reckon?
Is this going to be one of your convoluted Polish jokes about locker banks? Is it, or Peslockers or something?
Not a convoluted Polish joke. It's not even a Marek joke. It's not a joke at all. It's a very serious question.
Well, I think what you're implying is this kind of new idea of putting a parcel locker in a bank branch.
Absolutely.
Because you very kindly showed me the picture before. But yeah, that is an intriguing idea.
What a clever chappy you are. Yeah, indeed. So look, as probably our editor has shown with a picture above or below, you'll see the machine. I think it's a great idea because it gives security at locations that are available and obviously in this particular case have space. But I can also see some disadvantages. I'm not going to steal your thunder because you already shared the fact that the machine is of a certain size, but I'll let you discuss that. I can imagine that in some cases this is going to be super, but in this particular case, I can see that there are cars parked outside, so that works. But, you're going to have the issue that the courier, can he come close enough? Is he going to need some kind of special magnetic card to be able to get into the space? But probably, I think your point is the biggest one about the size of the machine. So maybe I'll hand over to you, Gary.
Well, I can see a pile of positives from this. First of all, it's a nice, clean, dry environment. There's clearly going to be CCTV and security there. You mentioned there might be card swipe access or maybe not. But in terms of a nice environment to be in to do your parcel transactions, I think it's pretty damn good. I'd feel quite secure collecting my new iPhone from a locker if I was in a bank premises.
Gary, sorry, I'll jump in, but that's actually a really good point. If I were to order something quite expensive, I might well actually select this locker rather than the one outside in you don't get them in dark alleys, but in a perhaps less secure place.
This is about that one we saw outside the garden shed in Nantes.
Absolutely. So this actually does have that advantage, I think.
Yeah, I think there are lots of advantages. In the UK, there are an ever-decreasing number of bank branches, is the problem, because I think they are a little bit like many retail premises where they're struggling for an audience, they're struggling for usage, and people are looking to cut costs. In terms of building footfall back into the bank, I think there's a ton of advantages to this. My only negative comment is this is a single column machine, a 1 meter machine with two columns, one tower with a control panel inside it and everything else. And a brighter-eyed person than me would be able to count. There's probably 13, 15 compartments in this locker total. The problem with it is it's extremely difficult to make such a small machine profitable. And the reason for that is that, and anybody who's been in the locker world for a little while know this, most of the cost sits inside that tower in terms of the control panel, the computer, the screen, and so on. And the add-on units are a fraction of the cost. They're probably 20 to 25% of the headline cost of the main unit for each additional add-on. So any parcel that goes into a single column machine is going to be 4/5 more expensive than a 2-column, and etc. By the time you're at the big machines that InPost normally put out there with 10 towers, those 9 towers cost less than the run that other tower at the end, and that economic starts to become really, really important when you're looking at the volume throughput. So, and probably this is an expensive bit of real estate. So if you've got a higher end to the bank and you've got a very small machine, the economics of this are really challenging.
I think I think there could be two things. So first of all, maybe the bank's also treating this as something experimental and giving a more attractive rental. And I wouldn't be surprised if the machines are from another project somewhere where we know that they tested with some retail partners, small machines like this. So maybe that's part of the reason. But the other thing, when I look at the bank teller machine close by, maybe this is really taking a bit too far, but potentially couldn't some of those services actually be offered? I'm not sure about cash, but a lot of the services that a bank teller machine offers, load up your SIM card or something else. It's pay as you go. Maybe there are things that could be actually done with that machine. I'm not sure it could replace an automatic teller machine completely, but maybe it could do some of the services.
Well, I'm not convinced that machine in the corner isn't a Space Invaders module, but there we are. But I've not been in a Polish bank, so I'll take your word that it is actually some sort of bank machine. But yeah, seeing some combined functionality is possible. Obviously, my mind goes straight to what's the IT security like? Are the transactions over a parcel locker of sufficient security level that a bank would honour them, etc. So there are questions there. But in terms of InPost, again, being really innovative and creative and showing the market where lockers can be ubiquitous, where they can be deployed in all manner of different environments. This is right up there. It's very clever. Yeah. And this one does look like you say, it's got parking. Hopefully the van can get in and out. And I think there will be quite a chunk of the population be quite assured to use a machine off of the street in this safe, dry, warm environment with a bit of CCTV. I think it's great.
So it looks like it's 4.5, maybe 5 stars from Gary and from me today for BNP Paribas and InPost. Be really great to hear your opinions. What do you think? Would you want a machine? Let me try and get my words together. A parcel locker in your bank branch, and if you have any comments, please add them below, including about the fact that Gary likes, or apparently likes, Space Invaders. That will tell everyone how old we are, Gary.
Quite likely. I think people are aware already, so never mind.
So genuinely, please feel free to add your comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, please press like and subscribe. It helps us keep these videos free for you. And as usual, Gary, really great talking. Be interesting to see what people say about this.
Exactly. See you in the new year.